I can't hear what you're saying. You can just text, my dear. Okay. So let's start. Please get ready. So our topic for today is, that is, we're doing biomolecules, the remaining part of biomolecules. Risk factors affecting enzyme activity. Okay. We know that since enzymes are proteins, okay, almost all enzymes are proteins, and we know that proteins can get affected. I'll just explain to you how, Um, do you all know what is, you must have seen milk and dahi, curd. देखा है आप सब लोगों ने?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I do is, now मेरे पास अभी दूध है. I have milk with me. Okay, the procedure that mama does ना, कुछ डालती है ना mama उस दूध के अंदर, and then next day it becomes dahi, that is curd. Okay, so I have right now. Oh, it's flickering. Anjali, is it flickering, beta?
No, ma'am.
Prachi, just check your network, beta. Okay, so I have made right now dahi. Okay, so what mama, dahi क्यों बन गया वो, if you just actually go and understand. Okay, it was milk. Okay, that milk contained lactose. The lacto acid bacilli, or the lactic acid bacteria, okay, they started doing anaerobic respiration over there, and because of the anaerobic respiration, okay, over there lactic acid was formed. तो पहले ये lactic acid नहीं था, okay, अब वो काफी ज्यादा lactic acid बन गया है, and because of that lactic acid, whatever proteins were present in the milk, okay, that is mainly casein, okay, that's a protein of the milk, casein, that casein started coagulating, okay, वो coagulate हो गया और अब वो बन गया है curd या दही. Okay, now, so basically अगर मैं समझूं तो it became curd coagulated because of addition of, or because of introduction, or because of production of lactic acid. So अगर मैं उसके अंदर अभी alkali डाल देती हूँ, okay, I'm adding now some alkali, okay, will it again turn back to milk?
No.
No.
No. Okay, another example. Another example. I have egg with me. अंडा सबको पता है ना? Egg. Okay, I have egg with me. I take the egg and now I put it in boiling water. Okay, so it's boiling for, let's say, 10 minutes. Okay, then I take that same egg. Okay, and I now keep it in the fridge for 10 minutes. Will I get the egg that was before boiling it? Will the egg consistency be the same?
No.
No, है ना? So when we took the egg, we boiled it. That is, we put it in boiling water. We have changed its temperature. Okay. So when the temperature change happens, the proteins inside that egg, okay, are going to coagulate. And even if we take that, when we take that egg, boiled egg, and we now put it in the fridge, let's say for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even more, it's not going to change, or it's not going to go back to the previous consistency that it was in. Okay, so what do we understand from here? This was just a general example of proteins, and we can use the same concept of proteins for enzymes also, because enzymes are proteins. Okay, that is, change in pH, change in temperature is going to cause change in the activity of the enzyme. Okay, so both of them, okay, they represent a graph. If you look at your graph in your textbook, please open your textbook. We are on page number 157, okay, figure 9.5. If we plot a graph of either pH or temperature, and this is the enzyme activity. Okay, if you see, the graph is a bell-shaped curve. Okay, it's a bell-shaped curve. Okay, this is called bell-shaped. Now, what do you understand by this bell-shaped? है ना, ये ऐसे बेल है, देखो बेल हमारा ऐसा होता है ना, ऐसे, तो इस तरह का बेल है वो. Now, what exactly happens is, as the pH rises, enzyme activity is also going to rise. and still further pH or temperature rises. Okay, बढ़ते जाता है. Enzyme activity comes to a standstill. Further pH or temperature increases, enzyme activity is going to drop down. So, till here it's fine, but why did it drop down? Okay, it dropped down क्यों हुआ? That is because okay, why did this drop down happen? We're talking with respect to pH and temperature both. Okay, that's because when enzymes are at low temperature or pH, okay, nothing happens to them. Okay, there is a decrease in the there is not you cannot say decrease, we'll say low enzymatic activity. Okay, you must have known Captain America. Okay, he survived in the ice for so many years. है ना? That is just a fiction. Though it's a fiction, you just can remember something from there. That when the temperature is low, all the body activities are going to be low, or mainly enzyme activities are going to be very, very low. Okay, so when the pH and temperature is low, there is going to be low enzyme activity. For the enzyme to work properly, okay, you're going to require optimum pH and optimum temperature. Okay, enzymes work effectively. Okay, now this could be different. Okay, now just say optimum temperature hai. For human beings, it is the body temperature. Okay, but when it comes to pH, okay, when it comes to pH, do you remember what is the pH required for pepsin to work?
1.8.
1.8, which is acidic. Okay, which is acidic. Do you remember what is it is for trypsinogen or trypsin? What is it for trypsin? Yes, you can move on to digestive system. 8.8. Is it 8.8? Yes. What is it given in the textbook? Anjali?
Yes, ma'am.
8.8 है वो. करण कितना है? आप लोग हो या नहीं हो? Yes, what is it for trypsin? Karan,
Yes, ma'am.
what is it for trypsin?
मैम ट्रिप्सिन का दिया हुआ नहीं है.
Okay, 1 minute. Move on to digestive system. यहाँ पे पेज नंबर 262 पे नहीं दिया है. The mucosa along with the bicarbonates from the pancreas protects the intestinal mucosa from acid as well as provide an alkaline medium. Okay, that is pH 7.8 for enzymatic activities. Okay, so all this, okay, is happening in your duodenum. Okay, so what is the pH? pH क्या है? 7.8, which is alkaline. है या नहीं? 7.8 is lightly alkaline. Okay, and this is like really acidic. Okay, so यहाँ से हमको समझ में आता है कि every enzyme, okay, मतलब most of the enzymes would have their own specific optimum pH. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि temperatures तो सबके लिए almost same है, that is 37 degrees है. मतलब अगर हम humans consider करें, if we are talking about an organism, the enzymes of an organism which is present in a hot vent, okay, या hot sulfur springs में present है, तो उनका अपना optimum अलग होगा. यही enzymes के बारे में if we discuss, okay, the pH is the optimum pH for every enzyme is going to be different. Okay. Next, please ये copy कर लीजिए, इतना copy कर लीजिए जल्दी से. And students please जल्दी से respond कर लीजिए, कोई ऐसे मत सोचे कि कोई और respond करेगा, आप ही respond कर दीजिए. Okay. Okay, done with this part?
Done, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. जल्दी कर लीजिए और जैसे ही हो जाएगा प्लीज बता दीजिए.
Done, ma'am.
The next part is, okay, we'll take up the substrate concentration. Okay. If we look at the graph of substrate concentration, okay, यहाँ पे substrate mentioned है. This is the velocity of the reaction. And if you look at the graph out there, okay, it is like this. है ना? And यहाँ पे this is ये जहाँ पे सबसे maximum होता है, okay, this is called as Vmax. मतलब सबसे ज़्यादा velocity और maximum velocity, okay. And then there's a place exactly half the way, okay, which is called Km, and over here it's written as half Vmax. Okay, so if you just try and understand the graph, okay, as the substrate concentration is going to increase, okay, the rate of the reaction is going to increase, okay. Further increase it, it's going to increase, but once it increases, even if you further increase the substrate concentration, the rate of the reaction is going to remain constant. एक maximum पहुंचने के बाद आप कितना भी substrate concentration increase करते रहो, it's going to remain constant. Okay, saturation हो गया यहाँ. Now, why does this saturation occur over here? Though you have been supplying with the substrate, okay. Just to give you an example, I have a reaction that is glucose plus, okay, ATP in the presence of hexokinase becoming glucose 6-phosphate plus ADP. Okay, this is my reaction. So now what happens is, what is the substrate over here? Glucose. Okay, you are supplying glucose continuously. Okay, हम glucose को continuously supply कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Okay, the rate of the reaction is increasing. ATP तो है, hexokinase भी. Further increase, it has also increased. Okay, you're further increasing more of glucose. अब यहाँ पे आते हो, अब और glucose supply कर रहे हो, but यहाँ पे आने के बाद वो stand still हो गया है, saturation हो गया है. Why? That's because जितना भी hexokinase था और जितना भी enzyme था, all that enzyme has been used up. Okay, so इसके बाद और नहीं बढ़ने वाला. Till the enzymes have finished their action. ये glucose 6-phosphate बन रहा है. पूरा ये reaction खत्म होने के बाद, when this enzyme will be free, okay, to take part in another reaction, तब तक ये saturation में ही रहेगा. Okay, so please copy this. Okay, and then there is this one word over here, okay, which is, okay, called as Km. What does Km stand for?
Michaelis maintain constant.
Very good. The Michaelis Menten constant. Okay, so jaldi se copy kar lijiye, and I'll give you what is Km. Okay. Km stands for Michaelis Menten constant. Okay, Michaelis Menten constant. I just want to congratulate Subinita for scoring a 360 on 360. Okay, followed by Kumudi, Neha, and Priyanka. Okay, for a 355. But I know some of you from this 355 are also about to score 360. No, there's nothing. Okay. and we have Karan with 350. Even he could have scored 355. Okay, so congratulations to you all. Keep up your good work, and others also doing fairly good enough. Okay, please keep up all your good work. Okay, and strive to do even more better in your next exams. Okay, we are going to have a test on biomolecules on the 31st. Okay, so please be ready. Um, please start collecting your questions. Okay, so that we can start solving them. Okay, are you all done till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
please take up the definition of Michaelis-Menten constant. Michaelis-Menten constant refers to the substrate concentration at which the chemical reaction catalyzed by an enzyme attains half its maximum velocity. Okay, it is the substrate concentration at which the chemical reaction which is catalyzed by an enzyme reaches half its maximum velocity. Okay, next.
Ma'am?
Km, yes,
Can you please repeat?
Michaelis constant indicates the substrate concentration in a chemical reaction catalyzed by an enzyme when it attains half its maximum velocity. Okay, Km, Km value tells us about the affinity of an enzyme. Km tells us about the affinity of an enzyme to its substrate. Okay, to its substrate or for its substrate. A high Km indicates low affinity. A high Km indicates low affinity, and a low Km indicates high affinity. इसका मतलब क्या अगर Km यहाँ पे आ रहा है, okay? So that means that enzyme had low affinity, but if Km value is like over here, okay, that means it's going to be lesser. Okay, next. So we will take up the next topic. Are you all done copying this?
Done,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Just next is the inhibitors. Okay, so we just understand what are inhibitors. Okay, these are substrate molecules only. Okay, these are organic molecules. Okay, these are substrates. Okay, so they would go and attach with the enzyme. Okay, so just to give an example, we have, okay, we are just taking the example that is there in our textbook only. That is an enzyme called as succinic dehydrogenase. So I represent succinic dehydrogenase like this. Okay, succinic dehydrogenase. Anybody remembers where is this enzyme used? Succinic dehydrogenase or succinate? Succinate dehydrogenase.
Respiration.
Respiration. Okay, where exactly in respiration? Which
That's
which step? Which step? Yes. Glycolysis, Krebs cycle, link reaction, ETS कहाँ पे
ETS.
use होता है? Okay.
ETS.
ETS or
Complex
Krebs
2.
cycle. Yes, very good. Okay, it is complex 2. It is the enzyme, okay, required for conversion of FAD to FADH2. है ना? This is your 7th step of Krebs cycle. Okay, this is the 7th step of the Krebs cycle. Okay, so imagine if this is succinate dehydrogenase or succinate dehydrogenase. Okay, okay, what combines with this succinate dehydrogenase in that reaction? Tell me. What reacts with that succinate dehydrogenase? सब भूल गए आप लोग, है ना? You have succinate, okay, or succinic acid. And there is one more molecule which is exactly similar. Okay, this is what I'm trying to show to you, no? कि वो structurally similar है दोनों. Okay, this is malonate. This is not malic acid, हाँ? This is malonic acid. Okay, ये क्या है? ये malonate क्या है? Malonic acid. और आप जो Krebs cycle में पढ़ते हैं, that is malic acid. Okay, so ये जो malonate है and succinate जो है, that is malonic acid and succinic acid, they are structurally similar. That is उनका जो foldings होता है वो structurally similar होता है. And either one can go and get attached. Okay, so normally if a succinic dehydrogenase, okay, for this enzyme, normally we will require succinic acid as its substrate. But sometimes malonate will come and get attached to it. अगर malonate available है, malonate will go and get attached to it. Okay, so these are called as inhibitors. Okay, these are called as inhibitors. समझ में आ गया concept of inhibitors? Yes.
Ma'am, repeat again.
If you look at these two molecules, okay, ये भी एक substrate है. This is also a substrate. This is, let's say, substrate 1. This is substrate 2. Okay. So normally क्या होता है? ये जो enzyme है succinic dehydrogenase. Okay. Please go refer your respiration and plants wala chapter. You have this enzyme over there. Okay. In Krebs cycle, you have used it in 7th step. You have also heard of it in the ETS as complex 2. Okay. So this succinic acid, okay, normally it would go and combine with the enzyme succinate dehydrogenase. But if malonate is present, that malonate would go and combine with. अगर malonate combine हो रहा है, तो फिर ये succinate जो है वो combine नहीं हो सकता है, क्योंकि इसने already जाके combine कर लिया है ना? So ये जो combine हो रहा है, that's because इन दोनों का structural similarity है. Okay, there is a structural similarity. Okay, so now this molecule, ये जो malonate है, okay, S2 molecule जो है, this is called as inhibitor. Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
So please take up. Okay, ये समझ में आ गया हमको. And this example, ये जो वाला inhibitor है, this is हमारे textbook में जो दिया है, एक ही तरह का inhibitor दिया है, that is competitive inhibitor. Okay, this is a competitive inhibitor. Okay, wherein first point what we understand is that there is structural similarity. Okay, there is structural similarity between the substrate and the inhibitor. Okay, between the substrate and the inhibitor. Okay. Next. Okay, so such competitive inhibitors are often used in the control of bacterial pathogens. हम जितने भी antibiotics खाते हैं, okay, बैक्टीरिया का ग्रोथ स्टॉप करने के लिए, so those antibiotics are also going to serve as competitive inhibitors. Okay. From the chapter photosynthesis, do you remember any such kind of a thing? Okay, wherein there is competitive, you know, um, inhibition kind of a thing. Okay, for the enzyme Rubisco.
In photorespiration, carboxynase and oxygenase.
Yes. So we over there in photorespiration, very good, my dear. Okay, in photorespiration, we have oxygen and carbon dioxide. Both are going to compete, okay, for attaching to its active site, okay, in the enzyme Rubisco. Done?
2 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, done. Okay, next. So just because we have done competitive inhibitor, okay, I'm going to teach you even what is non-competitive inhibitor. Okay, please take that also up. Sometimes we may get it as a question, when you're trying to solve some books. वहाँ पे ये non-competitive inhibitors भी पूछते हैं, इसलिए हम कर रहे हैं. Okay, you can put a star mark or you can write extra. Non-competitive inhibitor. Now, ये जो non-competitive inhibitor है, one example that we have to learn, that is cyanide. Okay, we have heard of cyanide poisoning. Now, what happens is this cyanide, okay, CN जो है ये जो compound है CN, okay, it combines with cytochrome oxidase. Anybody remembers where you heard this word cytochrome oxidase?
EPS.
Very good. ETS. Okay, oxidative phosphorylation. Okay. Now just imagine, ये जो cyanide है, okay. First thing is that it is structurally not similar. Okay, it is structurally not similar. But क्या हो जाता है? This cyanide, okay, goes in every cell of our body, okay, via the blood route. जैसे consume हो जाता है via the blood route, it will go to every cell of the body, and it will go and enter into the mitochondria, go at the level of the cytochrome oxidase और उसके साथ combine होने लगता है. जैसे ही उसके साथ combine होने लगता है, आपका ETS stop हो जाएगा. No ETS, which would mean no ATP. Okay. Imagine at a cellular level, you're not synthesizing ATP. Metabolism हो नहीं रहा है. Okay, that's how the person dies. Okay, so it's very dangerous. This kind of a binding, is not easily given up. Okay, so strong binding होता है यहाँ पे. Okay, so please take this up. Non-competitive inhibition. We will start with the nomenclature and classification of enzymes. Done. Yes, students. Okay, done. classification and nomenclature of enzymes. Okay, so सबसे पहले तो आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में वो मार्क कर लीजिए. Okay, that there are 6 classes. Please mark. Okay, that there are 6 classes with 4 to 13 subclasses. Okay, with 4 to 13 subclasses. Okay, and then named accordingly by a 4-digit number. So exactly ये ऐसे के ऐसे line आप by heart कर लीजिए. Okay, there are 6 classes, 4 to 13 subclasses, and they're named accordingly by a 4-digit number. Okay, and then we take up the classification. Under classification, we have 6 different types. Okay, that is oxidoreductases. Okay, so इसके नाम से ही हमको पता चल जाता है that this is going to carry about all the oxidation and reduction reactions. Okay, one such example is your dehydrogenase that you will be studying in respiration. Okay, इसके लिए ना जितने भी enzymes हैं आप ना ग्लाइकोलिसिस और क्रेब्स साइकिल एक बार अच्छे से कर लीजिए और उसी से आपको ना ये सारे एंजाइम्स मिल जाएंगे. Okay, so oxidoreductase is the enzymes which carry out oxidation and reduction. Okay, or oxidation or reduction. So next, okay, यहाँ पे उन्होंने reaction mention किया हुआ है S. Okay, is reduced यहाँ पे plus S dash is oxidized. In the presence of this oxidoreductase, what happens is S undergoes oxidation, so it's X is oxidized, and S dash is reduced. Okay. Next. Okay. The second example that we have is transferases. Name से ही हमको पता चल जाता है that these are enzymes which will catalyze a transfer, okay, of a group. Okay, जैसे for example एक कंपाउंड है. ओके, लेट्स से जैसे उन्होंने टेक्स्ट बुक में दिया हुआ है Sg एक कंपाउंड है प्लस S dash. So we have S dash G plus S. Okay. So basically यहाँ से वो जो एक फंक्शनल ग्रुप था या कोई भी ग्रुप है यहाँ से S से उठ के S dash पे चला गया. Okay. The third, okay, is hydrolysis. We know that hydrolysis, okay, is going to bring about hydrolysis. Hydrolysis मतलब breakdown. Okay, hydrolysis means breakdown. Now breakdown of what? Okay, hydrolysis is breakdown of bonds. Okay, whenever there is ether, esters, carbon-carbon bonds, carbon-halogen bonds. Okay, then what is peptide bonds? So these are all your hydrolysis, that is breakdown. The fourth is lysis. अगर हम देखें यहाँ पे lysis और lysis तो दोनों में breakdown हो रहा है. Okay, in both this enzyme or both these enzymes are going to bring about breakdown. Okay, but lysis करते क्या है? Okay, they catalyze removal of a group from substrate. Okay, removal of a group. Okay, एक किसी group को वो निकाल देते हैं from the substrate. Okay, besides hydrolysis, मतलब ये वाली reactions नहीं बोल रहे हैं. Okay, besides hydrolysis, leaving a double bond. Okay, leaving a double bond. So just to give you an example is that compound, okay, phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, phosphoenol pyruvate जो है, okay, वहाँ पे ना एक double bond create हो जाता है. ठीक है, so वो भी एक example consider कर सकते हैं हम लोग. So these are 4. Okay, to do 2 more, please copy this fast. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we remain with two more. Okay, that is isomeresis. Okay, which will bring about isomerization. And the sixth one is ligases. अगर हमको उनके मीनिंग समझ में आ जाता है तो फिर सब हो जाएगा हमारा. Okay. Isomerases, the name only tells me, it is going to bring about isomerizations. जैसे I'll just give you an example, there is a reaction wherein you have, we have this two molecules of 3-PGL in photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis में कि जैसे इसके बाद ना ग्लाइकोलिटिक रिवर्सल होने वाला है, तो 2 molecules of 3-PGL होता है, उसमें से क्या हो जाता है, one molecule will continue to remain as 3-PGL and one molecule from here isomerizes to become dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Okay, ने ऐसे ही लिख दिया, you can just write it directly also, DHAP. Okay, dihydroxyacetone phosphate, दोनों 3 carbon 3 carbon. Okay, so this kind of a reaction जब isomerization होता है, या if I take one more simple example, in glycolysis you have glucose 6-phosphate. Okay, this becomes fructose 6-phosphate, है ना. So when you look at this kind of reactions, ये जब isomerization हुआ है, ग्लूकोज से फ्रक्टोज बन गया है, ग्लिसराल्डिहाइड है वो, ओके, कि एल्डिहाइड ग्रुप है, वहां से वो एसीटोन बन गया, कीटोन ग्रुप बन गया. So these are all isomerization reactions. And the sixth one is ligase. Okay, to ligate means to join. Okay, ligate करना मतलब to join करना. Lysis करना, please remember these words are very simple है but बहुत important है to understand. Lysis का मतलब है break down करना. Okay, so we have enzymes. Normally हम हमेशा सुनते हैं कि enzymes are only always breaking down some things, but यहाँ पे we also have enzymes which are going to join some things. Okay, one very famous example आप मुझे दे सकते हो ligase जो आपने पढ़ा है बायोटेक्नोलॉजी में.
DNA.
DNA ligase.
Okay, DNA ligase. Okay, you can consider. That's because it's going to join the two, जो न्यूक्लियोटाइड जो हमने सेपरेट किए हुए हैं, और फिर जब हम वेक्टर डीएनए और जो फॉरेन डीएनए है या डीएनए ऑफ इंटरेस्ट हम उनको जब ज्वाइन करते हैं, वी आर गोइंग टू रिक्वायर डीएनए लाइगेज. ओके, so please study all the examples. Please study all this with some examples. Okay, either you can take up glycolysis या फिर Krebs cycle अच्छे से स्टडी कर लो और फिर इनको लर्न करो. You need not mug up, आपका अच्छे से हो जाएगा. ठीक है, so first type is your oxidoreductases. Okay, जो ऑक्सीडेशन रिडक्शन रिएक्शंस में हेल्प करेंगे. इन ग्लाइकोलिसिस यू हैव ऑक्सीडेशन, वहां पे वो जितने भी डिहाइड्रोजिनेसेस यूज हो रहे हैं, दोस आर ऑल ऑक्सीडोरिडक्टेसेस. सेकेंड वाले जो है ट्रांसफरेज, ट्रांसफरिंग अ ग्रुप है. ओके, थर्ड वाला जो है दैट इज हाइड्रोलिसिस, ब्रिंगिंग अबाउट हाइड्रोलिसिस. फोर्थ जो है वो है लाइसिस, दैट इज ब्रिंगिंग अबाउट ब्रेक डाउन ओनली अदर देन हाइड्रोलिसिस, लिविंग अ डबल बॉन्ड. फिफ्थ वन जो है दैट इज आइसोमेरेसिस, ब्रिंगिंग अबाउट आइसोमराइजेशन. And fifth one, what we have is ligase, that is to join. Okay. हो गया.
Done, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. We are moving on to the last part of the chapter, that is cofactors. Okay. So before we understand cofactors, we just understand something a little more about enzymes. Okay. जो भी enzymes होते हैं, okay, now we're trying to understand the biochemistry. Okay. So some enzymes are made up of pure proteins. Okay, pure proteins का मतलब है उनमें सिर्फ proteins ही है. Okay, मतलब they only contain amino acids. Okay, pure proteins. एक तरह का एंजाइम होता है which you call them as conjugated enzymes. Okay, conjugated मतलब इनके पास दो पार्ट्स होंगे. One is they will have a proteinaceous part You will have a proteinaceous part, okay? And now this proteinaceous part is called as the apoenzyme. Now, मैं आपको बताती हूँ यहाँ का प्रॉब्लम मैं बताती हूँ आपको, okay? And the non-proteinaceous part okay is called as the cofactor. Okay, it's called a cofactor. Next, cofactors are of three types. They are prosthetic group, coenzymes, and metallic ions. Okay, okay, metallic ions. अब now problems देख लीजिए. Okay, one of your NEET exams they had asked this. Okay, next. Okay, now the entire thing together, there is a proteinaceous part and the non-proteinaceous part. वो जो conjugated enzyme होता है, उसको हम बोलते हैं holoenzyme. Okay, we call it the holoenzyme. ठीक है? So, if you just try and understand this thing, okay? जो प्रोटीनेशियस पार्ट होता है होलो एंजाइम, होलो का मतलब है कंप्लीट, ओके? जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना होलो होलोजॉइक, है ना? हमने पढ़ा था होलोजॉइक, ईटिंग इट कंप्लीटली, पूरा का पूरा, है ना? तो ये जो पूरा का पूरा है, हम इस पूरे पूरे चीज को बोलते हैं होलो एंजाइम. This holoenzyme has two parts. One is the proteinaceous part, which is called apoenzyme, and the non-proteinaceous part is called cofactor. Okay? तो एक कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है कि हमको लगता है कभी-कभी ये एंजाइम उस तरफ है. ओके, तो प्लीज थोड़ा सा आपको लर्न करना पड़ेगा अच्छे से. ओके, यहाँ पे कोई ट्रिक नहीं है, यहाँ पे तो लर्न ही है, सीधा सीधा लर्न है. ओके, नेक्स्ट और एक होता है जहाँ पे ये कोफैक्टर है, हमको कभी-कभी ऐसा लगता है दैट दिस इज कोएंजाइम. ओके, बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, कोएंजाइम इज अ कोफैक्टर. ओके, कोएंजाइम इज अ कोफैक्टर, बट कोफैक्टर के अंदर हमारे पास तीन अलग अलग तरह के कोफैक्टर्स हैं. प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप्स हैं, कोएंजाइम्स हैं और मेटालिक आयंस हैं. मैं तो ऐसे ही याद करती हूँ, जैसे आपके सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं ना, पीसीबी अभी आपने लिया हुआ है, तो पीसीएम एक होता है, तो मैं ऐसे पीसीएम लर्न करती हूँ. ओके, और ये तो अभी आपको लर्न करना पड़ेगा. दिस इज कोएंजाइम एंड दिस नॉट कोफैक्टर्स. कोफैक्ट ऐसे लर्न कर लीजिए, कोफैक्टर्स हैज थ्री पार्ट्स. ओके, कोफैक्टर्स हैज थ्री पार्ट्स. दिस प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप, कोएंजाइम्स एंड मेटालिक ग्रुप. कॉपी कर लीजिए जल्दी से, एंड आई विल टेक इट अप ऑन द डॉक्यूमेंट. जैसे ही हो जाता है प्लीज मुझे बता दीजिए. Done. Everybody done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you all see the page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Please don't do anything on the screen. Okay. Okay, so now there are three types of cofactors, that is prosthetic groups, coenzymes and metal ions. Please start making the table exactly like this, okay? Or you can take a screenshot and keep, and then you can copy later on. Okay. So prosthetic groups are organic compounds. Coenzymes are also Please mute yourselves. Okay. Prosthetic groups are organic compounds, coenzymes are organic compounds, and metal ions are inorganic compounds. Prosthetic groups are tightly bound to the apoenzyme. Apoenzyme means the protein part. Coenzymes are bound to the apoenzyme, okay, transiently. Please note this word, transiently. Transiently का मतलब होता है for a very short period of time. Okay, that is usually occurring during the course of catalysis. मतलब जब catalyze करना है तभी जाके वो उनके साथ bind करेगा. Coenzymes serve as cofactors in a number of different enzyme catalyzed reactions. Third is metal ions. A number of enzymes require metal ions for their activity when they form coordination bonds. Okay, we have studied what are coordination bonds, है ना? Chemistry में एक chapter ही है आपको coordination bonds का. So they form, the metal ions will form coordination bonds, okay, with the side chains at the active site, and at the same time form one or more coordination bonds with the substrate also. Okay, so it forms a coordination bond with the enzyme and also a coordination bond with the substrate. Okay, please ये छोटी छोटी चीजें जो है please उनको अच्छे से दे, like really identify them well. A number of enzymes require metal ions for their activity, which form coordination bonds with the side chains of the enzyme at the active site, and also at the same time form one or more coordination bonds with the substrate. Prosthetic groups, okay, example hai peroxide catalase. Okay, so can somebody tell me peroxide and catalase, these enzymes will be present in which organelle?
Lysosome.
Lysosome.
Mitochondria.
बच्चा peroxidase,
Lysosome.
Peroxisomes.
peroxisomes na. Okay, so peroxidase and catalase which catalyze the breakdown of hydrogen peroxide, okay, that is H2O2 to water. Okay, so हमारे body के अंदर भी in our cells also we form this hydrogen peroxide which is dangerous, not good for our cells, so it has to be broken down to water and oxygen, and this reaction is brought about by peroxidase and catalase. Now over here heme will serve as a prosthetic group. Okay, heme serves as a prosthetic group and it is a part of the active site of the enzyme. Next, in coenzymes, we have many coenzymes. Okay, chemical compounds of many coenzymes are vitamins. Okay, for example, we have coenzyme nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, that is NAD. Then we also have NADP, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Okay, they contain the vitamin niacin. What is niacin? Which vitamin is this?
Vitamin B3.
Very good, beta. Okay, this is vitamin B3. Niacin is B3. Somebody is just doing something. I'm not able to write. Okay, it is vitamin B3. Next, we have metal ions. Okay, that is zinc. Okay, zinc is used as a cofactor. Please don't do anything, my dear students. Okay, zinc is a cofactor for the proteolytic enzyme. Okay, so now what do you mean by that proteolytic? Proteolytic matlab which is going to break proteins. Proteolytic means which is going to break proteins. Okay, proteolytic enzyme carboxypeptidase. Carboxypeptidase. Catalytic activity is lost when the cofactor is removed from the enzyme, which testifies that they play a crucial role in the catalytic activity of the enzyme. Okay. So, have you all finished copying? Or if you have taken a screenshot, that also should be fine. Shall I stop sharing the screen? I mean the document. Are you all
Yes,
done?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, you all can take screenshots and then you all can, copy it when you have some time. Okay, it is just in a tabular form so that it becomes a little easier for us to remember. Okay, so we come to the end of the chapter. Any doubts, please ask me. Please. Anything that you all want to ask? I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Okay. Ahad, are you able to follow, beta? Ahad? Ahad? Rohini? Did you follow, beta?
Yes.
Vaishnavi A? Did you follow, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yogini?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. अगर आपको कभी भी ऐसे लगे कि कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, some word, some alphabet, some sentence, please to ask me.
मैम आप एक बार केम समझा सकते हो क्या?
KM.
हम्म,
Okay. So KM का जो ग्राफ है वो ऐसा है ना? This. You please mute yourself, beta. There is substrate concentration over here. Okay, and over here we have the velocity of the reaction. Velocity of the reaction मतलब the speed of the reaction. So Km जो है यहाँ पे है, that is half V max. ये हो गया आपका let's say V, ये हो गया आपका V max. Okay. ऐसे. So what is it trying to tell you? It is the substrate concentration. एक तो है, this is a mathematical expression. Okay. Mathematical expression बोल सकते हैं, mathematical derivation बोल सकते हैं इसको. So it is the substrate concentration. Okay. When, okay, and this, what is this kind of a reaction which is driven by a catalyst? Okay, see, there are some reactions, okay, which do not require a catalyst, but this is a reaction which is driven by a catalyst. Okay, so it is a substrate concentration in a chemical reaction driven by a catalyst, or it takes place in the presence of an enzyme. Okay, when the reaction, okay, reaches half its maximum velocity. Okay, when the reaction reaches half its maximum velocity. वो जो substrate concentration है, we're talking about that substrate concentration. समझ में आया अभी?
yes, ma'am.
Anybody, anything else? So since nobody is asking anything, I'm starting with the new chapter. Is it okay? Or do you all want to ask anything?
मैम वो लाइसिस का रिएक्शन एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो?
इसका बेटा lysis का.
लाइसिस मैम, यस.
In lysis, what happens is, okay, so let's say for example you have a compound X. Okay, ये कोई compound है X. Okay. Now what happens is this compound, okay, we're talking about lyase. This compound, okay, breaks, matlab there is breaking of the bonds in such a way that you may get another compound, यहाँ पे compound A and compound B, okay, and in this compound A and B, okay, you are going to have double bonds. Now, just to give you an example of this, okay, we have fructose 1,6-diphosphate. Okay, we have fructose 1,6-diphosphate. है ना? Now, this fructose 1,6-diphosphate जो है, okay, it will split to give us dihydroxyacetone phosphate. This is one compound. And the second compound is 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. We know that in aldehyde you have this group C double bond OH. Okay, or in acetone also you have this C double bond O. है ना? So if you see over here, okay, fructose जो है, okay, in fructose at the fifth carbon, है ना, fructose में at the fifth carbon, यहाँ पे बस आपके पास एक ही double bond O group था, but यहाँ पे you have got two compounds, you know, एक तो ये वाला है यही है, okay, plus you've got another compound जहाँ पे एक double bond create हुआ है, okay, so this is example of lyase. अब समझ में आया प्रियंका?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Even, you know, I think that reaction is also there. If you look at your 9th step of glycolysis, okay, wherein you have, okay, the formation of phosphoenol pyruvic acid, okay, जब भी हम enol बोलते हैं ना, so there is a double bond created, okay, so there is a removal of water molecule and that's why a double bond was created over there. So that वो जो 9th step है, okay, that is dehydration वाला जो step है, that can also be considered as lysis. Okay, ऐसे तो lysis name आपको नहीं मिलने वाला है, okay, ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubt? So just coming to your tuition textbook. Okay, so now I know you have some test coming up soon, okay, but you have to do biology also, okay. So आपके ट्यूशन टेक्स्ट बुक में पेज नंबर 116 और 117 में दे हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड माइकेलिस मेंटन कांस्टेंट एक्सप्लेन किया है उन्होंने, ओके, कॉम्पिटिटिव नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव इनहिबिटर्स एक्सप्लेन किए हैं उन्होंने, ओके. नेक्स्ट इज yeah, we have this, okay, one second, on page number 118 एक टॉपिक करना है, but उससे पहले I'll just come up with this, okay. Biomolecules, please come up to page number 119, okay. You need not do the classifications क्या है ना, जैसे groups क्या है वो नहीं करोगे तो भी चलेगा, that's not there, okay. But please come on to this part, you know, coenzymes वाला जो part है, please आ जाओ यहाँ पे, and you will find over here FMN and FAD, that is flavin mononucleotide and flavin adenine dinucleotide, okay. Please यहाँ पे आ जाओ. So that word flavin जैसे ही मुझे पता चल जाता है, we come across, you know, we understand one more word over there, that is riboflavin, okay. Riboflavin is vitamin B2, okay, vitamin B2, okay. Next, NAD और NADP का तो पता है आपको, nicotinamide और niacin, that is niacin nicotinic acid. And then 6th वाले पे आ जाओ, that is coenzyme E, okay. Where did you use coenzyme E? कहाँ पे use करते हैं हम लोग? Yes, tell me.
Link reaction.
Yeah, very good. Link reaction. Okay, you have this compound called as acetyl coenzyme E, है ना. उसके बाद you also have, you know, एक और एक step होता है, 5th step जो होता है Krebs cycle का, that is formation of succinyl coenzyme E, है ना. तो ये जो coenzyme A जो है, okay, it contains pantothenic acid. Please note that it contains pantothenic acid, that is vitamin B5. Okay, vitamin B5. Okay. So यही से हमको पता चल जाता है कि विटामिन B1 हमने नहीं लिया. Okay, that is thiamine. Okay, it's on page 6. It's on the same page. First वाला है देखो TPP. The enzyme is TPP. Okay, that is thiamine pyrophosphate. Okay, thiamine pyrophosphate, and the vitamin used is thiamine, vitamin B1. Anybody remembers what is TPP used? Yes. किसी को पता है TPP कहाँ पे यूज होता है? Okay, it is used in anaerobic respiration. Okay, TPP is used in anaerobic respiration, fermentation. Okay, so यही से हमको पता चल जाता है कि विटामिन B1, विटामिन B2, विटामिन B3, विटामिन B5, okay, कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे बॉडी के लिए, है ना? दो वी मे नॉट एक्चुअली जब हम उनके फंक्शंस पढ़ते हैं तो बहुत वेग फंक्शंस होते हैं. इट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर मेटाबॉलिक प्रोसेसेस, इट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर ऑक्सीडेशन प्रोसेसेस, बट देन व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड देम एट द कोर लेवल, कि एफएडी के लिए चाहिए, एफएमएन के लिए चाहिए, एनएडी, एनएडीपी के लिए चाहिए, प्लांट्स को भी चाहिए, हमको लाइक प्लांट्स आल्सो रिक्वायर देम, एनिमल्स आल्सो रिक्वायर देम. रेस्पिरेशन के पार्ट्स है ये, क्योंकि दिस ऑल दिस ये जो कॉम्प्लेक्सेस अभी हमने पढ़े हैं, दिस आर ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ योर respiration cycle, and all those organisms which perform respiration will require vitamin B1, B2, B3 and B5, okay, for respiration. ये एक हो गया. उसके बाद और एक important चीज मुझे बतानी थी, that is on page number 118. Okay, that is allosteric inhibition. So I'll just explain to you what is allosteric inhibition. Okay, allosteric inhibition. Now, what do you mean by this? So let's consider we have an enzyme over here. Okay, we know that enzymes जो है वो proteins होते हैं, and they are in their tertiary structures, और उनके tertiary structures में क्या हो जाता है, उनके पास बहुत सारे foldings होते हैं. One of the folding या one of the pocket is going to serve as the active site for the substrate. But sometimes you can have some other pockets also being created. Okay, so this is the active site for your substrate. Okay, जो भी substrate होने वाला है उसके लिए. So let's consider this is a substrate. Okay, so there is this active site. Okay, और उसके लिए एक कोई और substrate है. But problem क्या हो जाती है? Let's consider ये है. Okay, this molecule is available. This molecule will go and lodge itself over here. Okay, this molecule has gone and lodged itself over here. Okay, now because this molecule goes and lodges itself over here, please understand that this is a biomolecular protein है ये. तो जैसे ही इन दोनों के साथ बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन हो जाता है, यहाँ पे क्या हो जाता है, इसने अपना शेप चेंज कर, इसने क्या कर लिया, अपना शेप चेंज कर. नाउ बिकॉज इट्स उसका जो एक्टिव साइट का शेप जो है वो चेंज हो गया, नाउ दिस वन, ये जो सबस्ट्रेट है कैन नॉट कम एंड फिक्स ओवर देयर. ओके, वो जो we have studied ना, जैसे वो molecule substrate molecule comes close to the enzyme is going to change its shape so that it can fit, properly fit. Okay, so वो available नहीं, and because the atoms of the active site of the enzyme and the atoms of the substrate are not in close proximity, are not able to interact with each other, and they're not able to bring about those changes in the substrate. This is called as inhibition. Now they have given over there example of inhibition of hexokinase. वो hexokinase है by glucose 6-phosphate.
Ma'am,
Ah,
ma'am, it is blur. Your network bandwidth is low.
Ma'am, I also can't see anything.
Anjali, Anjali, can you say
Yes,
the
ma'am. No, ma'am, your network bandwidth is low.
doesn't look like my network bandwidth is low, it's full. Okay, who else? Now is it fine? Gayatri,
Ma'am, it's still
Guy-
blur.
it's still same? Is it still same?
Yes.
Yes,
It's blurred.
Now fine, ma'am.
Now is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody, जिन जिनको प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे थे फाइन है, अदरवाइज आई विल लीव. ओके ठीक है, फाइन है तो ठीक है. ओके, थैंक यू. Did you all understand allosteric inhibition?
ma'am.
So this is the enzyme. Okay, this is the active site for the substrate, and there's this one more active site. Okay, this molecule goes and gets lodged into its active site. Now, because it has gone and lodged over here, the active site for this substrate changes. Because it has changed, okay, now the atoms of the substrate and the atoms of the active site of the enzyme cannot interact with each other, and that is why it's not going to be effective. Matlab, this enzyme will not be able to catalyze this substrate. Okay, so this is called as allosteric inhibition. And one example that is given is the enzyme hexokinase. Okay, we know hexokinase works on glucose. Okay, and it is allosterically modulated or allosterically inhibited by glucose 6-phosphate. मतलब क्या है? Okay, basically hexokinase क्या करता है? ग्लूकोज को ग्लूकोज 6-phosphate में कन्वर्ट करता है. तो अगर ग्लूकोज 6-phosphate बढ़ते जा रहा है, that glucose 6-phosphate will allosterically inhibit hexokinase. Okay, so ये जो glucose 6-phosphate जो है, it should immediately get converted to fructose 6-phosphate. ओके, प्लीज ग्लाइकोलिसिस थोड़ा सा रीड कर लेना, तब समझ में आ जाएगा. ओके, अगर ग्लूकोज फॉस्फेट 6-phosphate accumulate होते रहेगा, will allosterically inhibit hexokinase. ओके, जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए. एंड there's one more word I have to explain to you, that is proenzyme or a zymogen. Okay, so basically these are precursors, or like precursors of the enzyme. Okay, or you can say the inactive state of the enzyme. Now, most of the enzymes, when they are secreted, they will be released in their proenzyme form or the zymogen form. Okay, that's because we know that most of our components of our cells, हमारे जो normal cells होते हैं, उनके जो components होते हैं वो proteins होते हैं. Okay, so if this enzymes, okay, basically these are enzymes that would act on proteins. ओके, तो अगर वो एक्टिव फॉर्म में रिलीज हो जाएंगे तो वो हमारे सेल्स के जो भी प्रोटीन्स हैं उनको मारते रहेंगे, मतलब उनको जाके तोड़ते रहेंगे. वी डू नॉट वांट देम, सो दैट इज व्हाई दे आर रिलीज्ड इन देयर इनएक्टिव फॉर्म्स. ओके, सो ये दो चीजें थे जो सिलेबस में नहीं, दो इट्स नॉट इन द सिलेबस, प्लीज टेक इट अप. हो गया?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we close the chapter. Okay, before I close the chapter, please solve your test IQ 6. Okay, see, actually you need to solve my everything. If there's anything that you have to ask me, please ask me. Okay, whenever we have our next lecture. Okay, and now we start with cycle and cell. Okay, cell cycle and cell division. Okay, So just a small introduction. Okay, we know that when there is a small seed, okay, जैसे अगर हम ले लें एक कोई भी सीड ले लें, मस्टर्ड सीड ले लें या मैंगो सीड, मैंगो सीड is just as much, okay, हम ले लें, and then we sow them, or when we take any kind of a baby, अगर हमने बेबी को देखा, baby is like so small, है ना, approximately 40 centimeters का बेबी होता है वो, okay, just 40 centimeters, okay, and all these individuals, okay, they grow up. जैसे अगर human beings ले तो those 40 centimeter individual grows up to become 150 centimeters or 160 centimeters, है ना. So वो एक है. अगर हम एक mango seed ले लें, इतना सा mango seed है वो, it grows up to become a huge tree, you know, with so many leaves, and then over a period of time it is also going to bear the mango seeds. Okay, so how did it all happen? इतने से मैंगो सीड से इतना कैसे बन गया, या 40 सेंटीमीटर से इतना बड़ा इंडिविजुअल कैसे बन गया. Okay, the entire credit goes to a process that is cell division. Okay, so every cell, okay, whatever cell it is, every cell with a very few exceptions, okay, will undergo a life process. Okay, that's important. That is called as cell division. Okay, so we'll first start with cell cycle. Okay, so when we try to understand cell cycle, we have a diagram in our textbook. Okay, if you're using the old textbook, the diagram is kind of wrong. Okay, and in your tuition textbook also the diagram is like kind of little wrong. Please note, you have to note this, ये वाला जो diagram है, okay, wherein your G1 phase is big longer enough, okay, as compared to any other phases. अगर आप अपना पुराना टेक्स्ट बुक देखोगे तो उसमें S phase longer दिया हुआ है, वो गलत है, ये वाला सही. Okay, G1 phase has to be longer. Okay, so what is cell cycle? Cell cycle is a phase wherein you have a cell. Okay, okay, एक cell है जिसके पास एक nucleus है, and the number of chromosomes could be n or 2n depending upon what the organism is. Okay, haploid है या diploid है. ये cell पहले grow किया है. Okay, the cell grows. Okay, it will grow. Once it has grown, you know, completely, जितना भी उसको actually में grow करना था, it has grown. It has acquired its shape. Okay, जैसे for example अगर animal cell है तो you know, this is one shape. You know, others, if it is columnar, it could be columnar in shape. तो जैसे columnar है, या फिर I'll just take up cuboidal shape. Okay, cuboidal shape है, जो भी shape है वो shape में आ गया है वो. Okay, after that the cell decides, okay, whether I need to divide again. Okay, if it wants to divide again, then it has the most important part is your nucleus. Okay, it has to, and nucleus में भी सबसे important part जो होता है, that is your chromosomes. Okay, your chromosomes, please understand ना, बाकी सब कुछ आ जाएगा सेल के अंदर. सबसे important होता है आपका, you know, like blueprint. जैसे for example, you know, if you tell me, you know, I'll just give an example, you know, कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है ना कि सब कुछ चला गया है, you know, किसी के पास कुछ भी नहीं रहा है, सब कुछ चला गया. लेट्स से पर्सन सेज ना, मेरे पास उसका ब्लूप्रिंट है कि वो करना कैसे है, मेरे पास उसकी रेसिपी है तो करना कैसे है ना. तो अगर किसी के पास अगर उसका ब्लूप्रिंट है या रेसिपी है, तो देन दैट पर्सन कैन स्टार्ट डूइंग इट ऑल ओवर. सो सेम थिंग, वो जो ब्लूप्रिंट है, हमारी सेल का जो ब्लूप्रिंट है या रेसिपी जो है, दैट इज इन द क्रोमोसोम्स, एंड क्रोमोसोम्स में भी इट इज प्रेजेंट इन द डीएनए. ओके, सो during the cell cycle, okay, when it thinks that I have to divide again, the DNA, the chromosomes will be duplicated, double हो जाएंगे. And then in the process of cell division, okay, जब cell division होगा, we'll have formation of two cells, okay, wherein the genome, okay, genome is the entire content of the entire genetic content of the cell. Okay, genome का मतलब होता है entire, actually not entire, it's a haploid content. Normally जब हम genome बोलते हैं ना, it is a haploid content of the cell, हाँ. बट यहाँ पे जब हम बोल रहे हैं, ओके, यहाँ पे जब हम बोल रहे हैं, इट इज द एंटायर कंटेंट, मतलब जो भी ओरिजिनल सेल में था, ओके, दैट हम उसके बारे में बोल रहे हैं. ओके, haploid content of not genetic content. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम when we use the word genome यहाँ पे it will mean कि जो भी इस cell में था exactly same genomic content is present over here and exactly same genomic content is present over here. Okay, so we realize that how from one cell grew first of all, उन्होंने अपना DNA duplicate किया, DNA duplication की वजह से chromosome duplication हुआ. Okay, now that one cell has formed two daughter cells. Okay, we will use the word, अगर ये division करता है तो then we use the word parent cell for this, और जो ये दो daughter cell, जो ये two new cells बने हैं, we will use the word daughter cells. Okay, there is nothing called as, okay, we can also use the word mother cell. Okay, there's no father cell as such. Okay, mother cell होता है, and this is daughter cell. Son cells नहीं, और ये क्यों नहीं है ये मुझे नहीं पता. Okay, so parent cell है या mother cell है, and then you have this two daughter cells. अब ये जो two daughter cells बने हैं, they will now move on into their cell cycle. Okay, जैसे पहले ये खुद को grow करेगा, इस cell growth होगा, उसके बाद फिर वो अपना DNA duplicate करेगा, and then it will also form two cells. Okay, मैंने बस ऐसे छोटे स्मॉल में दिखाया बिकॉज ऑफ स्पेस. ओके, बट जैसे जैसे एग्जांपल इसने अभी डुप्लीकेट कर लिया, इसने भी खुद को डुप्लीकेट कर लिया, एंड दिस कीप्स ऑन हैपनिंग. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड अ सेल साइकिल. ओके, यू विल से बट मैम ये वाला सेल कहाँ गया फिर? ओके, ये वाला सेल कहाँ गया? ये वाला सेल जो है हाफ कंटेंट यहाँ पे है और हाफ कंटेंट यहाँ. सो बेसिकली दिस इज हाउ वी अंडरस्टैंड यू नो concept of new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, so during the division of a cell, DNA replication and cell growth take place. All these processes, that is cell division, DNA replication and cell growth, okay, they take place in a coordinated way so that correct division and formation of progeny cells containing intact genomes are available. The sequence of events by which a cell duplicates its genome, synthesizes the other constituents of the cell, and eventually divides into two daughter cells is called as a cell cycle. Okay. DNA synthesis occurs only during one specific stage in the cell cycle, and the replicated chromosomes are then distributed to daughter nuclei by a complex series of events during cell division. These events are themselves under genetic control. Okay, so ये जो यहाँ तक जो है it will grow. Okay, but when the cell thinks of duplicating its DNA, there is a checkpoint. Okay, वो ऐसे ही अपना DNA duplicate नहीं कर सकता. If there is a serious need, of cell division, then only it's going to go further to replicate its DNA and then further into cell division. Okay, अगर if this is all uncontrolled, मतलब control नहीं है किसी का, okay, we have genes which control all this. Okay, so if we didn't have this kind of a genetic control on cell division, okay, there would be cells which would be unnecessarily dividing. Okay, and one such uncontrolled cell division, okay, there's one such process which occurs wherein there is uncontrolled cell division and it leads to cancers. Okay, so जितने भी cancers है, controlled cell division. Okay, please copy this and we would move ahead with phases of the cell cycle. Are you done?
Done, ma'am.
No, ma'am, wait 2 minutes. Ma'am, I can't see the board.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
So the next, 1 second. My dear, the class is still 150. Okay. I know it's going to be a little tougher today. Okay, because it's your first day of the 2-hour session. But it's fine. We have to go about. Huh? Next is we'll move on to page number 163. Okay. Look at this diagram out over here. Okay. So from this diagram, I understand one thing. Okay. I will tell you what is all this. Okay. But just look at this diagram. And if you don't have this diagram, you can take this diagram from Google. But please learn this diagram only. Don't learn diagrams from your old textbook. Okay. यहाँ पे इस पैराग्राफ में 2 इंपॉर्टेंट लाइन्स है, प्लीज मार्क कर लीजिए. A human cell in culture. Okay, a human cell in culture. कल्चर मतलब आपने उसको एक कल्चर मीडियम में डाला हुआ है. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके सारे बॉडी के सेल्स एवरी 24 आवर्स डिवाइड करते हैं. Only when that cell is in a culture medium, okay, it's going to divide approximately every 24 hours. Next, yeast. What is yeast? Protista, na?
Fungi.
Yes, what is it?
Fungi.
No. It is a protista. It is unicellular.
No, ma'am. It's
It's
exception.
exception, ma'am. Fungi.
Okay. Chalo. Good. I'm so happy that you all know it. Okay, good. So yeast जो है, okay, that is kingdom fungi. Okay, it can progress through the cell cycle in only about 90 minutes. 90 minutes मतलब 1.5 hour. जब तक हमारा ये लेक्चर हुआ है, अगर ईस्ट है घर में, उसने खुद को रेप्लिकेट मतलब उसने खुद को डबल कर लिया है. Okay, next, the cell cycle is divided into 2 basic phases. That is interphase and M phase, that is mitosis. Okay. So cell cycle is divided into interphase and M phase यहाँ पे हमारे टेक्स्ट बुक में लिखा है mitosis. Okay, mitotic phase. But then some books would also refer to it as meiosis also. Okay, but then because there are very little cells that undergo meiosis, that is why I think it should they consider it as mitosis. Okay. So interphase, if we compare interphase and mitosis, interphase is the longest phase. Okay, अब मेरी बात सुनो. हम ना बहुत बार ये करने वाले that this is the longest phase, this is the longest phase. But अभी समझना है कि it is the longest phase of what? Okay, interphase is the longest phase of cell cycle. Okay, interphase is the longest phase of cell cycle. Next, interphase has 3 more phases. That is G1 phase or gap 1 phase. Okay, G1 phase या gap 1 phase. Then you have the S phase. And then you have the G2 phase or the gap 2 phase. अगर हम इनमें कंसीडर करें, okay, then G1 phase is the longest phase. Okay, G1 phase is the longest phase. ठीक है, जल्दी से इतना सा कॉपी कर लीजिए. Now we know a little basics of mitosis. Okay, so हमको पता है कि जो एक सेल है, okay, there is a cell. ये जो एक सेल है, it underwent prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay, ये होने के बाद we had 2 cells over here. Okay, 2 cells ऐसे बने. Okay, please सुन लीजिए थोड़ा सा. Okay, there was this one cell. सुन लीजिए बस. Okay, there was this one cell which underwent prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay, और telophase के end में you had these 2 cells. अब ये 2 सेल्स जो है ये किस फेज में है? टेल मी। इन्होंने टेलोफेज के बाद, उसके बाद तो साइटोकाइनेसिस होता है, चलो साइटोकाइनेसिस भी कर लिया। ओके, इसके बाद ये 2 सेल्स कौन से फेज में रहेंगे?
प्रोफेज 1,
हाँ,
प्रोफेज 1,
नहीं मेरा बच्चा, दिस नॉट, अभी प्रोफेज 1 is
मैम
some
Resting phase.
resting phase.
they will be in their G1 phase. Okay, they will be in their G1 phase. And yes, G1 phase is referred to as resting phase. Okay, या फिर even your interphase as such is referred to as resting phase. Okay, resting phase, एक चीज प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड कर लीजिए, यहाँ पे रेस्टिंग का मतलब इज नॉट गोइंग टू स्लीप द वे यू गो टू रेस्ट, दैट इज नॉट अ काइंड ऑफ रेस्टिंग। यहाँ पे रेस्टिंग फेज का मतलब होता है दैट सेल इज नॉट डिवाइड, बस। ओके, but trust me, that is the time cell is the most active. Okay, G1 phase या G0 phase जो है, okay, actually हम जो resting phase जो है हम वो G0 को resting phase बुलाते हैं। okay, so ये जो G0 phase है which is like the resting phase actually, okay, it is a phase where the cell is not dividing, but actually otherwise if you see the cell is metabolically very active. Okay, it is metabolically very active. Okay, so you will say how, ma'am? Okay, so let's just consider we have our stomach cells. Okay, so we have the cells called as peptic cells and oxanthic cells in our stomach. है ना, याद है आप लोगों को peptic cells और oxanthic cells? Yes, students. स्टमक के अंदर पेप्टिक सेल्स होते हैं, ऑक्जेंटिक सेल्स होते हैं, याद है आप लोगों को?
Yes.
yes ma'am,
ओके, सो ये जो पेप्टिक सेल्स है, व्हाट डू दे मेक?
Pepsinogen.
Yes, peptic cells will make pepsinogen. Okay, so and what do those oxanthic cells make?
Vitamin absorb
Vitamin
करेंगे.
HCl.
HCl. Okay, it would make HCl. ठीक है, so अब ये जो सेल्स है, लेट्स से कंसीडर अभी पेप्टिक सेल्स, क्योंकि अभी आपको पता है ये पेप्टिक सेल्स। ओके, तो इसका काम क्या है? पेप्सिनोजन बनाना। तो लेट्स कंसीडर, अब मुझे आप सोच के बताओ, इस फेज में आप मुझे सोच के बताओ, वो जो पेप्टिक सेल है वो अभी करेंटली अभी इस मोमेंट में वो पेप्सिनोजन बना रहा है, तो थिंक एंड टेल मी वो कौन से फेज में है? एक तो मुझे बताओ माइटोसिस में है कि इंटरफेज में है?
Interphase.
interphase,
इंटरफेज, वेरी गुड। ओके, इट इज एन इंटरफेज। अब अगर हम इंटरफेज में भी कंसीडर करें, G1 है, S है, G2, अभी G0 को जस्ट थोड़ा निकाल दो। ओके, G1 है, S है, G2, अब बताओ मुझे वो कौन से फेज में होगा?
G1.
G1 फेज में। ओके, सो यहाँ से G1 फेज में है वो। ओके, अगर हम थोड़ा और सोचें, ओके, मे बी, हाँ मैंने बोला मे बी इट इज इन इट्स G0 फेज। ओके, फिर एक्चुअली सिट एंड ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड, यू नो, ये G0 या G1 फेज जो है, G1 फेज में थोड़ा सा अलग है, but you know G0 जो है, it is the phase, you know, where actually the cell is doing what it is supposed to be doing. जैसे अगर मैं मेरे salivary glands के cells ले लूं, it is making saliva for me right now. Okay, मेरे epithelial cells अगर ले लूं, they are doing, you know, they are, वो keratin बना रहा है ताकि my you know my skin is protected, my underlying tissues are protected. Okay, so every cell, okay, when it is actually doing what it is supposed to be doing, okay, it is either in its G1 phase or in its G0 phase. Okay, only if it is dividing, okay, then it will be in your this M phase, okay, either in prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. And if it is, you know, if it's preparing to divide, okay, मतलब उन्होंने सोच लिया कि भाई हमको अभी divide करना है, okay, so then it would be in its S phase or in G2 phase. Okay, so please understand, जब तक आपका cell divide नहीं कर रहा है, then your cell is in G1 phase. This is a very important phase. बहुत बार बच्चे सोचते हैं, you know, कि G1 phase बस, you know, हमारे बुक्स में लिखा है RNA and proteins are synthesized, you know, RNA protein synthesize हो रहा है, मतलब ट्रांसक्रिप्शन ट्रांसलेशन हो रहा है वहां पे। So they just think कि बस जब वो होना होता है तभी, you know, G1 में चले जाते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। G1 में चले जाते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। Okay, G1 phase जो है, a cell is normally in G1 phase only. Okay, G1 में होगा या G0 में होगा, only when it has to divide. Okay, please try and understand, only when it thinks of division, then it would move in S, G2, and then it would complete its cell division. and then वापस it would come in G1. Okay, और G1 हमें आने के बाद वो G0 में भी जा सकते हैं. Okay, so I hope this understanding is clear of G1. Okay, बहुत बार बच्चे यहीं पे confused रहते हैं. That is the reason, you know, G1 phase becomes the longest phase. Okay, G1 phase becomes the longest phase. यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया आप लोगों को? Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, यहाँ पे ना उन्होंने और एक वैल्यू दिया हुआ है, उसको प्लीज अंडरलाइन कर लीजिए. It is significant to note that in a 24-hour average duration of cell cycle of a human cell, cell division proper lasts for an hour and interphase lasts for more than 95% of the duration of cell cycle. Okay, please उस line को underline कर लीजिए. Somebody just message something. Yes. In resting phase, cells don't divide. Okay, that's it. That is most important. Okay? Resting phase मतलब cell is not dividing. But ऐसा नहीं है कि उसने बोल दिया कि मैं कभी भी divide नहीं करूंगा. ऐसा नहीं है. It may undergo cell division at some other point of time. But अभी, because it is in G0 phase or G1 phase, it is not divided. Okay. Next. We will take up mitosis later only. Okay, we'll first start with interphase. Okay, interphase first we'll take up G1 phase, and it is the time period between mitosis and initiation of DNA replication. Okay, मतलब अभी mitosis खत्म हुआ है. Okay, और जब तक वो एक सेकंड डिसीजन नहीं ले लेते कि मुझे DNA डुप्लीकेट करना है, तब तक वो G1 में ही रहेंगे. ठीक है. So during G1 phase, the cell is metabolically active and continuously grows, but does not replicate its DNA. ठीक है, ये है, इसको मार्क कर लेना. It is metabolically active. Next, we just move on directly to G0 phase. Okay, यहीं से हम जाते हैं. Then page number 164. I'm just trying to take up the note on G0 phase. Some cells in the animals, in the adult animals, do not appear to exhibit division. Example, heart cells. And many other cells divide only occasionally, as needed to replace cells that have been lost because of injury or cell death. These cells do not divide further, exit G1 phase to enter an inactive stage, which is called as the quiescent stage or the G0 phase. Cells in this stage remain metabolically active. Okay, please understand. Though they have, एक word होता है, यहाँ पे हमने समझ लिया कि it enters an inactive stage. ऐसा नहीं है कि they have become inactive. नहीं, they have entered an inactive stage with respect to cell division. Okay, कि वो अभी cell division का कोई भी part, मतलब S, G2 या ये वाला प्रोफेज, मेटाफेज, एनाफेज, टेलोफेज, ये सब कुछ नहीं करने वाले. Stage of cell division, but those cells which have entered G0, these are metabolically active cells, but no longer proliferate unless called on to do so, depending on the requirement of the organism. Okay, तो इसका मतलब है G1 से या फिर G0 से भी वो S phase में जा सकते हैं. G0 में सेल है, it is not dividing, but it is metabolically active. Okay, बट अगर G0 से अगर कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि सेल्स को लगता है कि अभी डिवीजन की गरज है, so we need to go and divide. So from G0 also the cells can go and divide. Okay, next. Can you give me an example in plants where the cell is in G0 phase and now the cell thinks we need to divide? Yes. Yes. In plants, name a cell that was in G0 phase, okay, that was not dividing at all, And then now, because there's a new cell division, has again entered into S phase. Who gives me the example? Yes. Pratiksha, what is the example in plant cells? Pratiksha, I didn't hear. Yes, who? Anybody else give me an example? Xylem. Xylem is a complex tissue, na? I'm asking you cell. Yes, Kumudi. Okay, nobody's responding. Okay. Neuronal cell. No, neuronal cells don't divide. I'm asking plant cell. है ना? Okay, so the cell that I'm talking about is your cambium cells. Okay, we know that the cambium cells, cambium मतलब वो भी divide कर रहे हैं. तो cambium होने से पहले, okay, do you all remember? Cambium से कुछ याद आ गया? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. Okay, so you have this tissue between xylem and phloem. Okay, that is your conjunctive tissue here. Okay, then you have this tissue between the two vascular bundle. That is your interfascicular vascular cambium. Okay, now they are doing mitosis. But इससे पहले they were permanent cells. They were parenchymatous cells. Okay, so that means they were in their G0 phase. Okay, or from G0 से they have entered into the division phase. Okay, so please remember this. Next. So G1 phase में, okay, as soon as the cell has completed its mitosis, जैसे ही mitosis खत्म होता है, cell is going to enter into G1 phase. So what I do is I will take up. जैसे ही mitosis ends, the cell enters into G1 phase. Okay. Now once it enters into G1 phase, it has to grow. Okay. That is the volume of the cell has to grow. Okay. Volume of the cell has to grow. So for that volume of the cell to grow, will require RNA and proteins to be synthesized. Okay. Which will be required for cell growth. Okay. तो for example, कुछ cell एकदम छोटा सा ऐसा है, अब उसको इतना बड़ा बनना है, तो जितना भी proteins लगने वाला है, everything, enzymes लगने वाले हैं. Okay. This is the time period when the cell will require a lot of nutrition because it has to grow. Okay. Next. ये complete हो गया. The cell will continue to remain in the state till it is called on to do, till there is a requirement for cell division. Okay. Only if there is a requirement for cell division. Okay. So you have to make a checkpoint डाल दीजिए. Okay. Only if there is a requirement for cell division. Okay. So I'll put some kind of a check post. Okay. So this is like a checkpoint. अगर सच में बहुत strong reason है, okay, for cell division, then only the cell would enter into S phase. And in S phase, okay, please remember this. मैं तो बोलती हूँ इसको ना capitals में ही लिख लीजिए. The DNA duplicates. Okay, the DNA duplicates. So I just want to take up this S phase little more strongly. Okay, बहुत important है. अगर ये S phase समझ में आ जाएगा ना, तो आपको पूरा mitosis, meiosis सब अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएगा. Okay, so now listen. S phase है, and in S phase DNA duplicates. This is like very important point. Okay, आपकी textbook में भी ये है, please इसको underline कर लीजिए. S or synthesis phase marks the period during which DNA synthesis or replication takes place. During this time, the amount of DNA per cell doubles. If the initial amount of DNA is denoted by 2C, now it is 4C. However, there is no increase in the chromosome number. If the cell had diploid or 2n number of chromosomes at G1, even after S phase, the number of chromosomes remains the same, that is 2. Okay, now you have many questions coming up on this. इसी concept पे रहते हैं. Okay, so let me just go back to the cell. Okay, this is a cell, this is the nucleus, and if it is a human cell, okay, we're going to have 2n chromosomes. Okay, और हमारा 2n number जो होता है वो है 46 chromosomes. Okay, ये हो गया हमारा, this we know. Okay, so basically in G1 phase, ये जो G1 phase है यहाँ से, okay, ये हमारा सेल है, ये हमारा न्यूक्लियस है, इस न्यूक्लियस के अंदर we will have 22n chromosomes, वो हमारा नंबर है 46 chromosomes. Okay, we have already studied chromosomes. Okay, what are chromosomes made up of? Yes, can you tell me what are chromosomes made up of?
Chromatin.
नहीं, chromatin या chromosome जो भी है, chromatin, chromosome, what is it made up of?
DNA, histone protein.
RNA, histone proteins, okay, and non-histone proteins. Okay, non-histone proteins, ठीक है. अब इसमें से सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट जो है वो है डीएनए. ओके, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट जो है वो है डीएनए. ओके, एंड ओके, हमने हमारे 12th स्टैंडर्ड में ये भी पढ़ा हुआ है कि ये जो डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन, हम ये जो डीएनए डुप्लीकेट्स जो लिखा है, इसका दूसरा नेम क्या है? डीएनए डुप्लीकेशन का दूसरा नेम क्या है? डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन. ओके, डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन इज अ सेमी कंजर्वेटिव प्रोसेस. ओके, इस चीज को प्लीज याद रखना, क्योंकि डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन इज अ सेमी कंजर्वेटिव प्रोसेस, और जैसे ही डीएनए रेप्लिकेट हो जाता है उसके बाद क्रोमोसोम भी रेप्लिकेट हो जाता है. ओके, क्रोमोसोम आल्सो रेप्लिकेट्स and that is also a semi conservative process. Okay, please remember this line. Okay, DNA replication we have studied in 12th standard. Okay, molecular basis में हमने पढ़ा हुआ है that it's a semi conservative process, and chromosome replication जो है that is also a semi conservative process. Okay, ये please अच्छे से याद रख लेना. Okay, it will really help us to become, बहुत easy हो जाए. So अगर अब मैं सोचूं ना, for example this is that one chromosome, ये क्रोमोसोम है ऐसे, तो क्या हो जाता है, ये जो क्रोमोसोम है पहले वो ना एनटैंग, उसका जो टैंगलिंग है वो निकल जाता है, वो लूजन्स अप, और उसके अंदर व्हाट इज द मेन कंपोनेंट ऑफ द क्रोमोसोम? डीएनए. दैट डीएनए रेप्लिकेट्स. ओके, दैट डीएनए रेप्लिकेट्स, और वो जब डीएनए रेप्लिकेट होता है इट इज अ सेमी कंजर्वेटिव प्रोसेस. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. ओके, डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन इज अ सेमी कंजर्वेटिव प्रोसेस. ओके, एक बार डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन हो गया, ये तो है आपका क्रोमोसोम. ओके, ओरिजिनल क्रोमोसोम जो था इट बिहेव, इसका जो डीएनए है दैट बिहेव्ड एज अ टेम्पलेट, है ना. इसका डीएनए, इस क्रोमोसोम का जो डीएनए था इट बिहेव्ड एज अ टेम्पलेट. ओके, और एंड नाउ ये जो क्रोमोसोम है इसके अंदर हाफ डीएनए पुराना रहेगा, हाफ डीएनए नया रहेगा, और एक जो है वो यहाँ पे रहेगा. आई एम शोइंग इट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डॉटेड लाइन. व्हाई डॉटेड लाइन? बिकॉज अभी तक वो क्रोमोसोम नहीं बना है, वो डीएनए ही है. आपको दिख रहा है? Yes, can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. Okay, please try and please understand this line. During S phase, okay, the chromosome, okay, the 46 chromosomes which are present, okay, the DNA present inside this 46 chromosomes will behave as a template for DNA replication. Okay, will behave as a template for DNA replication. And we know that DNA replication is a semi-conservative process. And once this DNA replication is done, and then, when this chromosome replication occurs, ये जो chromosome है, we are still in S phase, okay? ये जो chromosome है, in this chromosome we are going to have half DNA which is parental old, मतलब इसी का, and half DNA जो है, okay, one strand जो है, that is going to be new. And then this is the other DNA, the replicated DNA, okay, the second part of it, which will also contain half material old and half material new, or one strand is old, parental strand, and one strand is new. Okay, so you will say, but ma'am, why you didn't show like this? That's because this remains as DNA only. Okay, because histone proteins वो सब बन रहा है, but it remains as DNA. ये वाला जो है इसका DNA जो uncoil हो गया तो वो वापस coil होके it became chromosome. Okay, but this DNA remains as it is. So if you look at this cell, okay, अगर हम इस cell को देखेंगे, what has happened? The DNA, ये जो original DNA है वो तो है, plus और DNA manufacture हुआ है ना? So from 2C, अगर let's consider this was original 2C, it has now become 4C. But if we consider with respect to the chromosome, क्रोमोसोम पहले भी इतना ही था, अभी भी क्रोमोसोम इतना ही है, ये अभी तक क्रोमोसोम नहीं बना हुआ है. आपको समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
please copy this part, and I just have this another example, to show it to you all. So ये जो है, ये जो है, this is your chromosome. Okay, ये क्रोमोसोम है, सिंगल अनडुप्लीकेटेड क्रोमोसोम जो है. Okay, ये this is अब देखो मैंने इसको एक स्ट्रक्चर में I've made it into a structure. Okay, अब मैं क्या करती हूँ, मैं इसी पार्टिकल्स के इसको लेती हूँ, मैं इसको छोड़ देती हूँ, आई लाइक मेक इट बहुत बारीक बारीक कर देती हूँ. ओके, आई गेट वेरी स्मॉल स्मॉल पार्टिकल्स, और एग्जैक्टली इसके अंदर जो था, ओके, आई मेक एग्जैक्टली द सेम मटेरियल. ओके, सो नाउ इफ यू जस्ट सी, ओके, मेरे पास क्या है, मेरे पास वो पाउडर है. ओके, आई हैव द पाउडर, दैट मीन्स आई हैव द DNA. Okay, I have the powder, that means I have the DNA, and I have the chromosome, that's the atom. But I cannot say that I have 2 strands of the atom. मैं बोल सकती हूँ? Can I say that? No.
No.
I don't have 2 strands of the atom. है ना? I have only 1 strand of the atom. I definitely have the material to make the atom. Okay, but मेरे पास atom ready नहीं. So it's the same concept. We have the DNA ready. Please pay attention. We have the DNA, okay, that can or that would later on become the chromosome. But right now we don't have 2 chromosomes. We have only, we have only 46 chromosomes. Okay, the 46 unduplicated chromosomes. That's more appropriate. 46 unduplicated chromosomes. Okay, please remember this. What does the ATA signify?
DNA.
DNA. And what does the strand signify? I mean, what does this?
Chromosome.
You have this also, and you have this also in the S phase, at the end of S phase. Okay, but you don't have 2 of this. मेरे पास ये ऐसे ही पड़ा हुआ है, ये अभी तक बना नहीं है. Okay, so we have only 46 unduplicated chromosomes, and we have the DNA duplicated. Okay. Please copy
Madam?
this.
Madam, shall I continue?
So 1 minute. Okay. Any doubts? No. Okay, ठीक है. Please copy this. Please revise this thoroughly. Okay, please उस line को एकदम अच्छे से learn कर लीजिए. इस phase में क्या होता है? Okay, please एक बार DNA replication, chromosomal replication, okay, अपने 12th standard book में से एक बार देख लीजिए. That it is a semi-conservative process. Please understand this is a very important phase. Okay, copy कर लीजिए. Sir, over to you.
Okay, madam. Okay. Thank you very much. Dear students, please stay in the class for 2 minutes. Shall I continue, my dear students?
Yes.
Okay, my dear students, physics exam conducted. Many students are performed well, and some students are not performed properly. Okay, no issue. First of all, I congratulate Subnita. She got 175 marks. And next to Kaumudi, she got 170 marks. Pratiksha, 170 marks. Manoj, 166 marks. And Isha, 160 marks. These people did extremely well, 160 plus marks. And other students, Shruti Chandini 157, Pratima Gaikwad 150, Prerana Ohal 146, Vaishnavi Jadhav 142. They are also doing extremely well, my dear students. All these people are doing extremely well. They got 140 above marks. My aim is I have fixed the target as 140 plus, and these people are crossed 140. Dear students, please maintain the consistency. Getting once above 140 is not an important thing. Every time you have to score like this only. And other students who performed very well, Shruti Chavan 138, Anjali 137, Neha Jankar 130. Neha, I am little disappointed with your performance, madam. Last time almost you are the topper or in second position, but now little below now. Karan, I am expecting so much from you. So Karan got 125 marks. Okay, they are also doing very well. Next to Shruti Itkal, this time I am little disappointed with your performance, madam. So she got 114 marks. Still, it is a good mark. Rohit, I am very happy, Rohit, with your performance. Now you are crossing above 100 marks. So please, you try to retain. Now you are coming into the track. Please maintain that same track. And these people are done very well. And Snehal Nate and Murdula, they also scored above 50 percentage marks. Some students, the remaining students not performed that much. I don't want to say the name and I don't want to declare the marks also. So my dear students, remaining students, please, you can also perform very well. If it is possible to some people, why it is not possible to you, you think about it. Please sit sincerely. So your aim should every day you have to do only three things. One is listening the classes, second is reading, and a third is sleeping. Not other than this. So no TV, no radio, no WhatsApp, no Instagram, nothing. Okay, now, my dear students, remaining students, please. I feel very happy if all of you cross at least 120 plus. If you could do, if you can score 120 plus, definitely you are doing something. I do agree it is a little lengthy paper, but I am helpless, my dear students. Sometimes in physics you will get very lengthy paper also. Sometimes even in biology also you will get very lengthy paper. So you have to prepare in all the ways. I am little disappointed with Gayatri and Daniel. I don't know that Daniel, is your answer sheet is submitted just after starting the exam? Daniel, तुम्हारा पेपर जस्ट एग्जाम चालू होने के बाद सबमिशन हो गया क्या? अरे बोलना है रे, कुछ ना कुछ बताना है. हाँ? Okay, Gayatri, what about you, madam? Gayatri Kamble, you're not listening. Okay, my dear students, please try to perform well in even in coming exams also.
सर
Tell me.
मैंने आपको एक डाउट पूछा था व्हाट्सएप पे, तो आपने आंसर नहीं दिया उस क्वेश्चन का.
क्वेश्चन मैडम, वो न्यूटन लॉ
8 नंबर क्वेश्चन मैंने आपको व्हाट्सएप पे भेजा है सर.
Which belongs to which one?
कल के टेस्ट का सर.
कल का टेस्ट का क्या है डाउट क्या है?
मैंने भेजा है सर आपको व्हाट्सएप पे. मैं आज फिर से आपको भेजूंगी वो क्वेश्चन.
Sure, I will see that. Don't worry, I will send that. According to my knowledge, the key which we have provided yesterday is 100% absolutely correct and no mistakes in the key. But still, if you want any other thing, if you want to clarify any doubt also, you can raise your doubt, my dear student. Okay ना? मैं करेंगे रे. और एक बार मेरे को थोड़ा और एक बार क्वेश्चन रीसेंड करो. कभी ना मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस आते, कभी देखते कभी भूल जाते. Because now many students yesterday sent their rough sheet also, and my friends, so many people are sent so many messages. So overlook मैं थोड़ा मैं नहीं किया होंगे. और एक बार मेरे को बताइए, मैं definitely I will send the answer and solution to that. Dear students, tomorrow is Christmas and very auspicious day also tomorrow. Okay, Mukkoti Ekadasi or something is there. So tomorrow is holiday to our class, and next our class is on Saturday only. And another important thing is this Sunday you are having chemistry exam and you are having classes also. Sunday is not holiday, my dear students. This Sunday is working day to us because we are giving one holiday in the week. So therefore, I can't give more than that. So tomorrow is holiday, but Sunday is working day to us. Please, I will give the what is the exam. पहले exam करेंगे Sunday. सुबह exam करेंगे. Exam के बाद हम लोग classes करेंगे. 2 classes at least with a duration of 1.5 hours like that we will do on the Sunday. Okay, my dear students. Apart with this, if you have any doubt, please consult your faculty members and try to clarify your doubts. Most of you are coming into the track. I hope that you will maintain proper track and you will get very good marks. We are ready to help you 24/7. We are ready to help you 24/7. Sometimes if I forget anything, please resend the question. Definitely I will try to do immediately. Okay, my dear students, bye-bye. Have a nice day. Don't waste your time today evening and tomorrow. Prepare well and try to get the maximum marks in the coming exams. Apart with this, anyone want to say anything, my dear students? Priyanka, do you want to say anything, madam?
No, sir.
Sushti Chavan? Sushti?
Yes, sir.
श्रुति दत्त थोड़ा अच्छा पढ़ाई करो मैडम. और कौन भी कुछ भी बात करना चाहते हैं मेरे से? Do you want to say anything? Do you want to share anything with me?
Sir,
Okay, my dear students, have a nice day. So, yeah, tell me.
सर नो ऐड कर दीजिए.
क्या मैडम?
नो ऐड कर दीजिए नंबर मेरा.
हाँ, श्योर. मैंने बता ही ना रहे, मैं करने वाले हैं.
हाँ.
और कुछ भी बात करना है कौन पे?
नो
Bye,
सर.
my dear students. Have a nice day. Bye. Read well. Don't waste your time. Bye.